This episode of the MOC Squad was filmed in front of a live, members-only audience. Good day, good afternoon, good evening, imagination connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of the MOC Squad, the Burnettwork's members-only chat. I am your co-host Roberto here, who helps moderate things, and of course, with me is the host extraordinaire, the one and only Mr. Robert Meyer Burnett. Good day, Rob.
Roberto, once again, you were on point with your artwork for this chat. You know, I never thought I could rock Heathcliff, but you know, you just never know.
I try, you know, I'm always looking for something relevant, and with
I mean, not only do I get to be Heathcliff, I get to be in the arms of Margot Robbie, which
I thought you'd appreciate that.
The only thing that would have made it better is if you could have put the Kate Bush Wuthering Heights song over that image, which doesn't allow you to do that.
It does not allow me to do that. Maybe in the near future I'll get.
Yeah, you think that the Stranger Things folks would also key in on using that the Kate Bush song, because Running Up That Hill did so well for them.
Yeah,
and maybe indeed Emerald Fennell uses that song in the movie. I doubt it, but hey, she's got Charlie XCX music in the movie. I went and saw her Charlie XCX's movie The Moment last night, and I loved it.
You liked it? Yeah, my son went to see it last night too. Felix went to see it. I haven't talked to him about it, so
I thought it was just a hoot. And
very excited.
I never thought I would say this, but Kylie Jenner delivers a performance. You know, I'm not going to say for a small role she was Beatrice Straight in Network, winning the Academy Award, but the canny understanding of what she was supposed to do in that scene was chef's kiss. I mean, the movie, I think a lot of it's going to go over the heads of the audience that it's designed for, but I mean, from the Gaspar Noé inspired opening credits from his film, why am I drawing a blank on it, because I love it so much, but Enter the Void, to just everything, the send up. I mean, the movie was hilarious. It was hilarious, but in a very deadpan way. And Alexander Skarsgård, who played Johannes, the video, it's just, there's so much in it that, and the end of it with these quotes, I was dying. And you know what? I went with my friend Alvaro, and there was only 2 other people in this gigantic theater.
Wow.
And I thought for sure, I mean, maybe the army of Charlie XCX fans would show up, but Alvaro said that when he went and saw The Strangers Part 3, which by the way he hated, and people were coming out of the theater, young, you know, girls, the audience, they're like, well, I don't really understand what I watched, but I liked it. There's not one, I mean, there is Charlie XCX music in it, but there's not one full-on performance.
One hit. Yeah. It's not a concert movie. It's
at all. And I just thought, and watching her in the Criterion Closet talking about her love of Antonioni's La Notte hit me hard. And then she talked about loving Cronenberg. And then yesterday in Deadline, she's been cast as in Takashi Miike's new movie. Wow. I'm like, she's now my hero.
Oh, that's awesome.
You go, Charlie XCX. There's nothing about your life right now that I am not a huge fan of, and I love the moment so much. And I mean,
glad to hear it, Rob. I'm gonna have to check it out.
And I also saw Whistle last night, the new Shudder horror film. It was interesting. It's a Canadian Ireland co-production, and while it's derivative of about 10 different movies, I liked it.
I've heard that even though it's derivative, it does things for a horror movie that make logical sense, as opposed to in other horror movies where you're like, it's obvious that what they're doing is for the sake of moving the plot forward. But here, the things are like, no, that would make sense. Like, there is a reason. Everybody knows, don't blow the whistle, but there is a reason why the person has to blow the whistle, right? So that it actually does make has some internal logic to it that you normally don't see in these kinds of movies.
And there's a banger of a post-credit scene that is very redolent of Smile 2, which I won't spoil, but it was just fun. And
very cool.
The kills are great.
Oh, good. Well, we're gonna have to check that out too,
because it's supernatural. Yeah. So, Alvaro and I are endeavoring to go to two films a week, double feature, hopefully on Fridays.
Nice.
And next week there's two different. Like, I think Wuthering Heights opens next week.
It is. It's a Valentine's Day weekend release.
Yeah, so we have to go see that and Crime 101.
Aha, nice.
And then, did you see the new Lego set that was released or they dropped this week?
For what?
For Project Hail Mary.
I did not see that. I'm gonna have to check it out. Is it an official Lego set?
Yep.
Nice.
It's not as good as this. But it's pretty cool.
That's cool. Awesome.
I mean, for those people who haven't seen it, Roberto made this for me. It's Rocky on it, which is actually really cool. The Iridian, and it's on I love how he's magnetized on a base. It's even got his name on there, Rocky. This is one of my favorite things I own, handmade by you. So and you made this for me like over a year ago, I think,
for your birthday.
Yeah, and I mean, even the in-universe crate.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
I can't wait for Project Hail Mary.
Yeah. Well, before we move into our chat, I know people have been patiently waiting, but speaking of toys, Rob, you've allowed me this morning to do a quick plug for a project that is coming up on Kickstarter. And I think there's some overlap with our crowds here. So I wanted to make sure that folks were aware of it. But my good friend here in Portland, Brian Von Burke, is a toy customizer and toy maker. And he has been making custom parts for action figures for people who like to customize toys for many years, has been very successful at it. And he is now taking the next step. He is moving into his own fully fledged action figure line. And so the Kickstarter, the pre-launch page is up. And we're trying to help him build some momentum with that. So I am going to share the pre-launch page here, and I will add the link to the chat so that everybody can get a chance to see it. Are you able to see the screen?
Can I see this? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's an action figure line called Ashen Oath.
Wow, that's dope, dude.
And Brian seeks his inspiration for his work comes from the likes of H.R. Giger, from grimdark fantasy. He's a big fan of Elden Ring and Dark Souls and that kind of stuff. He's also comes from a punk rock and a hardcore metal background. But he is an incredibly humble and gentle and wonderful guy. And he's been building this lore as part of the custom parts that he has built through the years. And now he's ready to kind of take it to the next step for a full-fledged line. So what we're trying to do right now is basically get people, here's a better look at a kind of a full, complete figure prototypes. What you're seeing here, these are not the full-fledged series yet, but these are the first few that have been disclosed on the pre-launch page. Here's an example of the weapons and the detail that he puts into this is a 1/12 scale weapon for the figure that you see here.
That is just very, very cool.
He's very talented. He's incredibly gifted when it comes to both storytelling and what he's doing as far as the sculpting and the artwork and creation. This first wave is going to have, I believe, 6 figures. These 2 that you're seeing here are kind of like the bad guys. Although he says there's no true bad guys or good guys in his lore. Everything's kind of in the middle. But what we're asking folks right now really is to click on the notify me on launch in the Kickstarter page, because that will help build momentum for when the page actually launches. And even if it's not something that you yourself might be interested in, it makes it so that Kickstarter showcases it for people who are interested in it. So if it's okay with folks, I'll go ahead and put the link on the live chat here. And if you want to go and you have a Kickstarter account and can go to notify me on launch, I would greatly appreciate it. I am not getting paid or anything by Brian for this. This is just strictly, he's a good friend, and I know he's a great person. And if you're into geeky fantasy stuff, like I know many of us are, this is definitely a project that we want to see come to fruition and support independent artists and independent toy makers. So, all right, there's my plug. I'm stopping the share now, but I will go ahead and put the link in the let me go ahead and put the link here. And I don't know if it got shared with you. Oh, you haven't seen the figures. Okay, so it looks like maybe the screen did not share. But if that's the yeah, maybe I'm having trouble trying to share the information. Anyway, I just talked about it. So what I'm doing right now is sharing the link in the live chat. Sorry if it didn't come through on when I was trying to share it there. For some reason, Zoom is not cooperated with that. Now it unfroze. Okay. Well, sorry about that. Let me go ahead and fix things on my side. Maybe because we're doing Zoom through StreamYard, it's not enjoying that. But I will go ahead and, like I said, I will post the link during the chat today, during the conversation, and that way, if folks want to get a chance and sorry, Tom, if folks want to go and support it, I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Rob. And again, sorry if it did not work when I was trying to show the screen. And now we are ready to start our chat. So let's go ahead and admit all of our friends here. So admit everybody.
Let them in.
Let them all in. Here we go. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Seeing some new faces, some old faces, some folks that we haven't seen in a while. And remember that as you come in, if you click on the raise your hand, it's under the react menu. That will put you on the queue, and I will then have you join us here for 7 or so minutes with Rob. So let me go ahead.
7 minutes.
Let me go ahead and put Rob, make Rob center stage once again. There we go. And it looks like we are starting things with our good friend Jeff Bingham. So here is Jeff.
What
Jeff,
up, dude?
You should be able to join us now. Welcome, Jeff.
Hello, hello.
How's it going?
Going good. So I found an editing coach to work with to help me with my manuscripts.
How's that going?
Going good. Yeah, I think she's compelled by the story for sure. Obviously I need help kind of sort of expanding upon a lot of things to make it worthwhile of a novel, but it's going really good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and also I paid Jeff Snyder to give me feedback on my script since you haven't been able to get back to me on that.
How much did he charge you?
$150.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't take payments to read scripts, do
Well,
you?
no, it's just because I've been so crazy and I'm editing another movie now, and that's my problem. I've just been so damn busy. And now now I can finish our perks for our Kickstarter. Now that we have so I've just been crazy. But
all right, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
but
I mean,
but Jeff knows his stuff.
Yeah, well, fortunately, he's not going to be like rushing through it like the that paid reader that I made the mistake of using once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that
was a big mistake.
The problem with, I mean, look, a lot of people start out in the business as quote unquote story analysts, which I did for years. I read scripts for years, and the problem is those are when you have what is the qualifications for people to read scripts? And I think one of the problems now is that less and less people know their way around stories. They have read less. I mean, when I was reading scripts, literally was 30 years ago. And the business has changed so much. And a lot of the people that are reading scripts, it's kind of an entry-level job. People are in their 20s, which means they started watching movies probably in 2012. And so it's, in terms of story structure, I don't trust a lot of people anymore to know whether something's good or not. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Right.
But Jeff Snyder's, been covering the business for a long time.
Yeah. Plus, I think it'd be his
he knows
cup
his
of
stuff.
And plus, I think my story would be his cup of tea anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and the genre's coming back.
Yes, it is.
So you could be riding a wave.
Yeah, we've been saying that for years now.
Yeah, totally.
But anyway, so even though I'm not really into horror, I finally went and saw Send Help.
What'd you think?
It was pretty crazy, for sure.
Yeah.
And also, in particular, I'm happy for the writers of the movie, Damian Shannon and Mark Swift.
Yeah, it took them a long time to get that movie made.
And not only that, but the last project that they were credited on was the Baywatch movie.
Yeah.
And which is crazy because I distinctly remember in that long-winded letter that I wrote you about the movie that when it comes to like the writing for the movie, it ultimately wouldn't have mattered because who wrote the movie, because it was ultimately just out of touch studio executives mandating it.
Right.
So I actually asked them about their experience writing Send Help versus the Baywatch movie. If you recall, the Baywatch movie had 6 credited writers in total. The 2 of them that we're talking about had the screenplay credit. There were 4 different writers for the story by credit. They told me that it was worked on by a total of 22 writers.
Yep.
Which is a crazy number, yet unfortunately doesn't sound surprising.
No. Nope.
Yeah. And with Send Help, they maintain that they were the only writers on the movie from pitch to picture lock, and they were collaborating with Raimi throughout the entire process.
Yep.
So this feels like the ultimate vindication for those writers.
And it is. I mean, that's the thing. You never know. Like when you're working on the Baywatch movie was clearly a product, but when you're working with Sam Raimi, you're an auteurist. You're working with an auteur filmmaker. He doesn't need to have a bunch of writers come in and punch up the dialogue or make it funnier. Every comedy writer who touches that script probably got, well, the ones that had the right deals, would get credited on it, but then the rest, you come in and you just get paid to do uncredited joke punch ups, and that's just the reality of it. I mean, that movie I thought it could have been great.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said before, for everyone here who doesn't know, I think a number of us were interested in it based on what we thought they said they were going for.
Yeah.
And well, I think also it should be noted, yeah, like you talked about other writers being brought in. The writers mentioned that additional writers were brought on after they were.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think I just lost my train of thought for a sec. I mean, yeah, and one of the things that still kind of rubs me the wrong way, I think I talked about it in the letter a while ago, was like what's funny is that I said at the time that I believed that the movie had a negative impact on the career of Alexandra Daddario.
Yeah.
She actually confirmed that like a year and a half later that it did.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, you get judged by the industry judges you. Everyone says you're only as good as your last picture, but you do get judged by that work. And when you enter into an agreement,
I think another thing is that, you know, maybe we don't really know the full extent of her work to that movie, because I personally got a vibe that she filmed a number of scenes that got deleted. That's the vibe. I don't know for sure.
Especially in comedies.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, your comedies are very iterative. You film a lot of stuff, you do a lot of improv, and you put it together.
And sometimes they don't keep the best stuff.
Nope.
I think it might have been a case in this movie. I don't know for sure. I don't know if what she and others filmed that was left on the cutting room floor would have saved the movie. I think at the very least, those scenes could have been funnier, if not gut-bustingly funny.
Yeah.
But it's clear that their priorities were out of whack.
Well, it's, you know, everybody's trying to make the best movie they can, but you've got the studio, what they think they're making, what the filmmakers are making, what the actors think they're making, and, you know,
I think they just wanted to keep the focus on Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron in that movie, regardless if it was funny or not.
Yeah, and Zac Efron and Dwayne Johnson might have wanted to do that too. So there's all of these competing interests when you're doing a movie like that. That is a shameless product. It's a commercial product. It's not anyone's auteurist vision. Where Send Help was absolutely, you have one of our great auteurs, Sam Raimi, working in his, you know, he's returning to his thriller horror roots, and so he has amazing control over that film. Plus, it wasn't a $200 million MCU movie.
And not only that, I guess one final point. In some respect, you can make an argument that the Jump Street movies were kind of auteurist in terms of comedy. Like,
they were. I mean, Lord and Miller did those, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you know, if they had that similar approach, it could have been a lot better.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
So, well, it's always good to see you.
Great to see you. Let's go ahead and oops, let me lower hand. We got Brian Erdy coming up now. Welcome, Brian.
Howdy.
What's going on, dude? And you know, every time I think of you, every time I do a new episode of Robservations, because I play your opening every single time. Credited, always your credit.
Awesome. I appreciate it, and I love it. It's awesome.
I should put up a website underneath that credit. So if you want me to put up some website or something else, I'll add so people can find you.
It's fine. We wanted to have a return engagement of my daughter here, because the last time we were on, we were in the emergency room, and this looked like homeless people.
Well, now you're back in your own domicile, you know, your own little Erd observatory, whatever you want to call it. And it's good to have you back in everyone in good health, good spirits.
Yeah, much better. Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
But you bring up the urdicile.
The urdicile, yeah.
Tell them what this office does to you.
It gives me so much anxiety. There's so many things. And when I lived with him, when I first moved down here, this was my room. And it feels so tiny and so I feel so claustrophobic in here, and it feels so different than when I lived in it, because there's just so much stuff.
Yeah, but doesn't it make it awesome?
It's something.
And we're about to make it more awesome, because I get to share with you, and Josie is experiencing this for the first time too.
Uh-oh.
I got my holy grail.
Really? I can't even imagine.
When I was in 1981, when I was 11, we were coming back from Uncle Vic's place in Canada for the family reunion. And my dad, all the kids were riding in the back of a pickup truck with a
completely safe.
Which, that was well thought out.
It was safe. No one gets hurt in the back of a pickup truck. Come on.
So we stop at this place. It's this gas station, sort of knick-knack store, general store, and I was given $2 by my dad to buy some comic books. But I found something that they had clearanced, and that man, and I begged him for an additional $1.
So this is 81?
This is 81.
Can I guess?
Sure.
So it's on clearance. Oh, it's not a comic book. It's something else.
Oh, it's big.
Big. Okay, I was going in a different direction. I don't know what it is. If it's big.
He would not budge, and I didn't get the extra $1. I was
That
stuck
does
with my
not
friends.
surprise me in any way, shape, or form.
No. So here we are 30, 40 years later, and I finally found one on eBay that was within
45 years later.
Yeah, 45 years later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure. I didn't want to sneak in extra. Oh my! It's upside down. Turn it over.
It is upside down.
Sorry.
Wow, that's in really good condition.
Isn't it awesome?
You know, I've never owned that.
I've never either. And by all accounts,
Have you opened that?
I have not.
Is it sealed?
It is sealed.
Wow.
Barely.
Barely.
I wonder if the plastic has not cracked or anything. You don't know.
It looks it's still sealed.
Wow.
A little rough.
It's rough. It's rough. And I don't really want to open. I mean, I would love to open it, but the thing about it is, by all accounts, this play set is very cheap. It was very cheaply made.
Oh yeah, it's just vacuum form It's really cheap.
Yeah. But I was terribly excited to get this, and Josie's got that expression that she does when she looks around my room, which is,
What am I going to do with all of this stuff someday?
when I'm not
How
around.
dare you? You shut your dirty mouth, young lady. How dare you? You're going to find a good home for that eagle that's right behind you.
When I moved in here with him, I was like, Dad, there is so much stuff, and what am I supposed to do with all of this? I was like, I appreciate it.
You seal up that room and it becomes like a pyramid. It's his temple.
We bury him with all of it.
Yes. Yes, you do. And you know why? Because those collectibles, by the time your father kicks the bucket, and I'm probably similar, no one's going to know what that stuff is anyway. So it will have very little value.
And like the things that are going to be of value, like I won't have the time or the desire to sit and list things and like send them out and ship them and do all of the effort to get the things where they need to go. So I was like, Dad, you've got to work with me here. So I will say, Dad downsized a lot.
60% of
When
my
I moved
collection.
down here.
60% of my collection out. And then when she moved out, that was when I was like, my thinking was, if I haven't picked this up in 5 years, it's gone. Sold it to Second Chance Toys and Collectibles. I kept what I wanted. And then when you moved out, that's when I said, okay, I'm turning this into nerd nirvana. And that's how we ended up with MySpace.
Yeah, but with advances in medical technology, you might have another 50 years of life left.
It's true.
I'll
And
just
imagine
say,
how much stuff you can acquire.
Futurama, when they have their heads in jars and they
Oh, yeah.
have President Nixon running the country in whatever year Futurama takes place in, yeah, that's going to be Dad. I'll just keep the room as it is and keep Dad's head right here.
Yeah.
He can just
Full of wit and mirth.
yeah, he can just
Wow.
forever.
You know, I kind of feel the same way about a lot of the stuff that I have, but I don't care. You know, I mean, it is an interesting. I think we're the last generation of people that have the diversity of things that we collect.
Sure.
Because now it's like some people were into Transformers or some people were into He-Man, but we were into like 25 different things.
I have some things that I collect. Like I'm into hockey. So like I have lots of hockey pucks that I'll collect from the games I go to, or like different things, but I am not anything like he is. Like he is to the max collector. I have little bits here and there.
Can I, we're just about out of time. Can I wrap up real quick by making notation about my shirt.
Yeah, please. Don't worry. I'm not going to kick you off.
It's a Cerebus shirt.
Yeah, I was going to say that's so. Yeah.
Jaka story. Listen, kid, I'm in love with your wife, and it's labeled Fred. Now, there's a reason that I always loved this shirt, and the reason is, what is the name of your grandfather?
Fred.
What is the name of your uncle?
Fred.
What is the name of your cousin?
Fred.
And what was the name of your first truck?
Fred.
A little bit of continuity there. So I like my Fred shirt.
I have a good friend of mine, David Starzik, one of my oldest, dearest friends in LA, that calls me Fred.
Really?
It's a long story that only he can tell well, but he calls me Fred. And what's funny is all of the friends that I've met through him all think my actual real name is Fred. So, and did you know, okay, here's something. There is, there was a book. I don't know if you ever had this book, but it was printed in like the late 70s called The 80s, A Look Back. It's a satire book about the 80s before the 80s happened. And in that book, there is Fred, the magazine for people named Fred.
That's awesome.
And I don't think I have.
I've
I don't
heard
think
of that book, but I've never actually owned
it's
a copy.
pretty funny.
Awesome.
I mean, I don't remember. It's got some great comedy pedigree for the people who, but I loved it when I was a little kid.
Sure.
The 80s, it was like a look back at the, I want to say tumultuous decade. And that's how I learned how to say tumultuous. It was one of those words where, like, I always thought tumultuous was an onomatopoeia. It sounds like it is. And, but I thought that I'm sure you can find any book. I love no matter what book I want that I use, you can just go on and all the prices of books. I mean, unless it's like a first edition of fucking Dune or something, but all the books that I've wanted to get or rebuy that used to be really expensive have all started to drop in price, which is great.
I do miss the hunt, but I do know exactly what you're talking about. Well, thank you so much for a chance to say hello and to show off my Star Trek that I'm enamored with, and Josie couldn't probably care less about.
Good to see
Well,
you.
You're going to learn to care, little lady. You're going to learn to care.
Hey, speaking of Enterprise bridges, did you see what Nacelle is doing, Rob?
Yes, I did, but
Okay.
they're doing it in the wrong effing scale.
They're doing it at a 1/10.
What is that? 1/10 scale because their figures are like 1/10.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it's look, 3D Trekker. One day, I'm going for the 6th scale.
Yeah.
Enterprise. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about,
Yeah.
Nacelle toys.
I'll put the link on the. I have a link to the image of it.
Because aren't their figures like 1/12? Or are they 1/10? I don't know.
I'm guessing they're 1/10. They've been doing kind of very deep cut figures for their first couple of waves, but now with their first wave, that's kind of like the celebrating the 60th anniversary of Trek. They are
Major Chai Chai got Rachel Garrett.
Yes,
into the Enterprise C.
So they're releasing the figures now in the original classic Enterprise bridge, and then they're going to be doing a build a bridge set, which is going to be pieces of the bridge divided into 12 sections, and you'll be able to buy them one a month. So it's kind of the ultimate place it. But if the figures are 1/12, I don't know why they're promoting the bridge.
Yeah, I don't. They must be 1/10. They must.
It's built to scale for 1/10 action figures. So I don't know. Sometimes those scales are a little funky. Maybe they mean 1/12, but it's 1/10.
I mean, that's still a pretty sizable.
Yes,
that's big.
It is going to be big
because it's big. Because my Lotus Esprit, the Spy Who Loved Me submarine car, that is almost finished. I just have to get two new wires.
Yeah,
which I don't know where to buy them, but that's 1/8, and it's a chonky boy.
Right. Julian Mushkin is up next. I'm going to ask him to unmute now. Welcome, Julian.
Hello.
What are you at the pharmacy or what?
No, I'm at the Vaughn's.
Oh, nice.
Groceries, man.
I like it.
So, how's it going?
How is it? It's going well. all things being equal,
All things
it's a
being
continuum.
considered. Yeah.
I mean, I'm very excited to get True Noir out to the masses on the 17th. The audio drama is going to be everywhere, so people can hear it, which is nice. And now I'm finishing the Kickstarter perks now that I can do that. The Blu-ray is going to be great. The soundtrack album, I can't wait, is great, and the script book is great. So, and getting all that stuff out finally, which we kind of had to wait for because we didn't have our distribution deal in place, and we had to carve out to be able to make the Blu-rays and stuff. So I'm excited about that. Working on making some promos because the only people who've really heard the audio drama are people that watch the channel. And now you're gonna have millions of people, hopefully, fingers crossed, millions of people able to hear it. Yeah. And I think people will be surprised by it. So at least I hope. And a lot of other stuff. Things are good. We're waiting to hear about distribution on White Devils, so that's good. And just chugging along. And tomorrow I look forward to watching the Seahawks win the Super Bowl.
Amen to that, brother.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. I mean, what a great story. What a great Cinderella story it is. I mean, the guy, 5 teams. So hopefully we win tomorrow. It's been 11 years since we were there.
Jeez. I am sorry that we were not able to get together when
I apologize. Yeah, things were a little bit in flux. They got to be a little in flux that weekend, more in flux than I would have preferred.
I know the major's there. Here, I'll show. This is the shirt. One of the shirts, the swag that she brought to us from one of her conventions that she went to.
Wait, that's the font for All Mankind, isn't it?
Well, it's just a general NASA font.
Yeah, maybe it's not the. Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And you
gotta love the Saturn V, man.
Yeah. It was a good weekend, but one thing I'm thinking.
Little disappointed Artemis didn't go to the moon yet, though. Not gonna lie.
But from what I've been seeing about that whole thing, it's a mess anyway. The whole program is a mess.
Yeah.
The reasons for going, it's just like half of it is we've got the Senate saying we've got money and we need to make sure that people are in our districts are getting jobs. So we're
kind of losing you.
We don't have a real reason. So,
yeah, because space technology research doesn't create jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We could get our whole technology sector kickstarted, but the other countries around the world aren't waiting. What's China been doing on the far side of the moon?
Yeah. But see, they've got a plan and reasons for why they're doing their thing.
Well, the new head of NASA is a step in the right direction. They finally got that guy put back in. He should have been there in the first place. So we'll see.
Anyway, come May 2027, I suspect that a certain movie will be coming out, an unadulterated movie.
I think it's actually coming out in February.
Is it February? Why would they do that?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm curious because
I think you're right. I think they did say February, and I'm like, well, why would they do that?
The real question is, what sound mix are they going to go with? Because when Star Wars came out, there's the mono mix, there's the stereo mix, there's the the mixes all had different sound effects. So be prepared for all the purist fanboys to bitch and moan and complain. I know I'm ready to. So, but it'll be interesting to see what they go with. I mean, and are they going to leave? Are they going to leave? Are they going to put episode 4, A New Hope, in the crawl?
That's a good question. But I think we should try and get a PGS group together up in LA to go see it.
It'd be great. And I'm curious if they must be doing an IMAX version. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. It's a good question. We shall see. So,
Well, that's all I got to chat about. So I'll let it go on to somebody else.
okay.
Great to see you,
Is that
Julian.
like a curse? It's gonna go on to somebody else, like it follows. You gotta pass it on.
Good to see you, Julian. Have a good rest of your day there, shopping or whatever else you were taking care of. Darth Plato is up next. Welcome, Darth.
What up, dude?
Is Darth there? I've asked him to unmute, but I don't know if he is at his desk. He may have stepped away. Let's see. Darth does not seem to be there right now, so let's go ahead and jump to Ish, and we'll get back to Darth when we can. Ish, are you there? Yes, he is.
Yes.
Welcome, Ish.
How you guys doing today?
How's it going, man? Sorry I couldn't make it to your
Doing
house
good.
to go get some cookies, dude. You got to give me a bit more notice.
Yeah, well, I did give you notice like a month before that, and then we didn't have chat for a while. And then I was like, last minute, I was like, oh, well, let me tell them again.
Because I was like, I would have done that because you're not that far away.
Yeah, but just as of the January 24th of this year, I finally made it to 52 years of life. So something that back in my teenage days I would have never dreamed of making it this far. Living the life that I lived. So that's something that I'm pretty happy about, and especially with the little my time in the hospital last year.
Right.
So I'm very happy to be here now. So
well, we're happy to have you.
I'm happy about that. And then just besides that, and the fact that I know that this is not the timeline that I was originally born in, right? That somehow in this crazy world I've shifted into another timeline. I know because the world I was growing up in is when I was crazy as it is right now. Yeah, everything's just going wacky in my life. So I don't know.
The whole planet now is going crazy.
Yeah. So I'm just positive that I woke up one day in a different timeline. So, but it's okay though.
It's when I've been told it's when they turned on the CERN. The CERN in Switzerland, they turned CERN on, and the reality shifted a little bit.
Yeah,
it's like in the movie The Quiet Earth, the New Zealand science fiction film. They turned that thing on and everyone disappeared. Or it's like The Leftovers, where they turned on CERN. We've been shifted. We're into another reality. We just don't know it.
Just a little shift. Because I swear there was a movie with Sinbad called Kazan, and I can't find no sign of that movie anywhere.
I know the Mandela effect.
Yeah, and I actually seen a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I seen a movie where it was about exactly that, and they were trying to find a copy of that movie, and they had found one, and they were like using it to prove that the Mandela effect actually existed. And I can't remember. I watched that movie, and I can't remember the name. I've been trying to figure out what the name of that movie was because it was so funny to me.
Well, it's the cabal of elite adrenochrome drinking pedophilia cannibals. They're part of it too. They've shifted. We've gone one way, and we have to figure out: are we going to embrace the light or the darkness, or are they going to turn CERN off and it'll put reality back the way it was?
Oh, I hope they do something quick because this is getting a little aggravating to me.
I just want Contact in 4K. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I just want everybody to just start using common sense.
Yeah, that was the first thing that disappeared.
Yeah, because I swear I rarely use that word anymore because I'm just like, it just doesn't exist, so why use it? Because things that you would think are so like straightforward and just everybody should know, nobody knows nothing about it.
No, and it's very disconcerting that we used to sort of all agree, the Earth is round, but not anymore.
Yeah, not no more. All of a sudden it went flat again. I'm like, well, okay. Yeah,
I'm like, if the Earth is flat, what's on the other side of the Earth?
that's my whole thing too. I'm like, so when you go in one direction for so long, do you just magically appear on the other side magically?
Well, there's the ice wall. You know, when you get to the edge of the earth, there's the ice wall that you can't go. You know,
you guys' theories just don't make no sense to me. So I can't.
no.
I just try not to even acknowledge them when they say something. And I have a lot of friends that believe that too, and that's the thing that really gets me. I'm like, we grew up and we went to the same school and stuff, and you guys came up with this theory. I don't get it.
Yeah, the flat Earth has a lot of aside from the fact that you can actually make yourself a balloon with basically household items, take a camera and launch it into the sky. You know, one of my favorite things, like 10 years ago on YouTube, there was all these like father-son or father-daughter or mother-daughter, and they would build like weather balloons, and they would send their cameras up that they would have a GPS tracker, and it would go into suborbital space, and you could see the curvature of the earth, and then the balloon would pop, and then the cameras would fall down, and they would use geo-tracking and go find the camera like 13 miles away from where they launched it.
Yeah.
And you could see it yourself. You could see
but still, you can show people stuff and they still don't believe it.
I know.
That's the thing that I don't understand. It's like you can show them proof of something, they're still like, no, not real.
Yeah, and everything, and well, now you don't know because everything is AI and can be generated, and you know
that's already starting to irritate me already.
It's so irritating.
Is that and I have to take a double take and really look at it to see like the little bitty flaw in it. Like, okay, that's not real.
Well, it's all part of the control. It's all part of the elite control of us. When nothing is truthful, you never know what's right.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. Because nothing, you're gonna question everything. Even if something's real, you're gonna question it because it's like, it's AI or whatever, and that's sad to think of that in the future. Like reality, you're not gonna believe anything that you see.
Or in order to believe something, you'll have to see it and experience it for yourself.
Yeah,
like actually go somewhere and hold it in your hand.
Yeah, and that's a scary thought. That's a scary thought. When you have to question everything, it's just I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna deal with that. You know what I mean? Just
well, all you have to do is turn off the internet. Just turn it off. Turn it off. Yeah. Never go back and look on social media and live your life experiencing. Change all your money into gold.
Yeah,
don't. No more credit cards. Nothing. You only exchange goods and services in person.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, because nothing's real no more. Even money's not really real. That's crazy when you think about it, because it's like banks don't really hold money no more. It's all digital.
Yep, unless you're a crypto bro, where you watched half your earning or half your money go poof into thin air. Oops.
I don't even believe in that because I don't know how it came about. I don't
don't you know now the revelations? Jeffrey Epstein created crypto.
Yeah, I see my time's up, so I'm gonna let somebody else take a turn.
On the moon that we haven't gone to. So
yeah, right. That's right.
Good to see you, Ish.
Steve Rogers, he's living on the moon.
Yeah. Let me hold on. I got the wrong thing here. Let me remove Ish from there. And there we go. And I think Darth Plato, are you back?
Am I?
You are.
Where am I?
We had tried to get you earlier, and you looked like you had stepped away. So we have you now here. So let me go ahead and Rob, I'm gonna have to step away for a moment just so that you can keep track of the time. I'll be right back. And Darth, you are all set.
What's up, dude?
Hey, Rob, how are you?
Hanging in there, keeping it going. Always, moving forward.
Well, I was going to talk about Night of Seven Kingdoms, but since apparently the Major hasn't seen it the last episode yet, I don't want to get it.
Do you like it though?
Yeah, still.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, it's great, especially the last episode, which I can't talk about.
Right. I haven't seen the last episode and it's already Friday. It's Saturday. There's another episode tomorrow.
It was on Friday. because they moved that from a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, right.
Right. But just so you know, Major Chai is the official ADC of the channel. The ADC.
Right. Yes.
So don't forget that.
I won't forget that.
The ADC.
The ADC.
Okay. Right. So what would we talk about? Let's talk about Odyssey.
Let's talk about it.
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm not looking forward to seeing Doomsday or Doom 3, that's for sure. So let's talk about Odyssey. Look, the internet is just full of videos that I couldn't care less about watching. It's like, oh, they're not period specific armors. I couldn't care less what the armor looks like.
I don't understand that. Period specific to, the gods aren't period specific either.
I don't want to see them walk around 12th century armor. Look, I'm perfectly fine with them walking around like they did in Troy. Okay, so they look like Corinthian armor in the 4th century BC. Okay, fine. Corinthian armor in the 4th century BC, it's kind of badass looking.
Yeah, yes. Well, I just find it's it's not a true story.
It isn't?
No, it's no.
I was gonna go around and advertise it as a documentary, but so much for that.
I mean, I've never. We truly live in a strange.
How do you
time.
know it wasn't a true story? Were you there?
Yeah, well, I was not there, but in the original epic poem, you do have the gods meddling in the affairs of humanity. And as far as I know, as much as I would like to believe in Greek and Roman mythology, because it was all real, I want to believe that Zeus liked to come down and meddle with humanity, because that would be kind of cool.
Meddle with humanity, you mean tough people's girlfriend?
Well, look, we all know from Star Trek that they were aliens, advanced aliens that left Earth. So... and that's the truth.
Yeah, that's a great episode. Look at, did God meddle? Yeah, absolutely. They do have Ares trying to run some guy down in a chariot going all the way around Troy. I don't know how many times. Now, think about that for a second. Think about being a soldier on that battlefield, squaring off with someone who can't die. I didn't sign up for this shit. Where's the exit?
Yeah.
Okay. What I want from the Odyssey is I want to see if it's thematically consistent with the book. That's what I want. And so far, the Odyssey doesn't show us much, but it does show us a couple of things. One of the overarching themes of the book, and we see a little bit in the trailer, is the theme of hubris. Don't shoot your mouth off. So what is Odysseus saying in the trailer? He's saying, after years of war, my men are ready to go home. Nothing can stop them, not even me. And what do they show in the very next scene? They show the Cyclops coming out of the depths of the cave. Well, so much for that plan. And then they show running off into the distance. And in that story, see, Odysseus, when they get out of that situation, Odysseus brags to the Cyclops. He's shooting his mouth off when he's on the boat, like, ha ha, I outsmarted you. Hubris. That's a common theme.
I'm excited. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see how Christopher Nolan approaches all of that. Yeah. I mean, I've heard that they've said that they've made a giant the Cyclopean. It's a puppet. Like, it's not a CG creature. It's an actual, kind of like how Rocky is done practically in Project Hail Mary. I mean, maybe practical effects are coming back. I don't know, but could be very exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
Maybe, but here's another thing. Here's this little insider from me to you. Since you're a Lord of the Rings guy, I'm a Lord of the Rings guy. When you watch this movie, and I want you to remember that when you go to the theater, look for the thematic storytelling devices between the Odyssey and the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're there. They're absolutely there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it all informs so much of it. It all informs itself. I mean, and look, I think the Odyssey and the Iliad are two of the great fantasy tales. That's why they endure. You know, that's what they exist for as long as they have, because
that's right. We stand on the shoulders of those that came before us.
yeah, and then the Ring cycle and Beowulf and Grendel and, you know, all those. I think it's great. And if anybody, maybe more people will read the actual poems, the epic poetry of Homer. Maybe they'll dig into those stories, which can only help people, I hope. You know, and maybe they'll go back and watch the prequel, Troy, which is a joke that never gets old for me. But like you said, I mean, does Achilles look like Brad Pitt? Probably not.
No.
But Brad Pitt was badass as Achilles.
Well, look at the whole thing about excuse me, about characters looking a certain way. I mean, do we really want to criticize the movie because they don't look like they come from Greece? Well, not necessarily. I mean, I think within reason. For example, it depends on the reasons why you're doing it. It's called acting for a reason. If I go to say an all-black high school or college and they put on Shakespeare, well, sure. Why wouldn't they be able to? It's called acting. Look at I'm not gonna criticize them for putting on Romeo and Juliet because Romeo and Juliet were Italian.
Right? Yeah. Oh, well, also, I mean, Lupita Nyong'o is one of the most beautiful women in the world. So if she's going to play Helen of Troy, I'll buy it.
Well, that's a little bit different though, because there's what's called a thematic integrity to the classic.
Yeah, of course. But
so, and as you've always said, what's the word you like to use? Verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude, yes.
So there's the immersion in the story. If I'm going to ancient Greece and I walk into a throne room and I see some black lady sitting there, it's going to shatter the immersion of the story. It's like a friend of mine gave me a movie about Marco Polo. I put it on, I watch it, and Marco Polo walks into the palace of Kublai Khan, and there's some white guy sitting there on the throne.
Right.
It shatters the immersion of the story.
Yeah.
And I turned it off at that point. Like, oh, come on.
Didn't John Wayne play Genghis Khan?
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
I mean, come on.
I think it's not Genghis. It's not Genghis Khan. It's John Wayne.
Yeah, it's just that was not good. I mean, look, for me, it's always about trying to create within the context of the story verisimilitude, trying to create the quality being real. And when you see things like, for instance, since I'll bring it up, one of the reasons that I cannot stand Starfleet Academy is there's no effort at all to make us believe that this show is set in the 32nd century.
That's because they're strip mining it.
Well, I don't believe, you know, and what's interesting too, the fact that here they're completely disconnected from canon. They can literally, like, every single thing that they do could be adding to the tapestry of Star Trek. And they can't help themselves because the writing is bad. They keep going back into Star Trek history, which has a pre-built emotional response from the audience, which means it shows that we don't. Yeah, let's talk about the mystery of Benjamin Sisko. The teacher, the way they set it up, knew him. Why do you have a student running around trying to prove all this stuff when you were one of his best friends? You know,
I seriously doubt that Dax Seabit would even still be around.
Of course not. But they don't care about any of that. So when I watch this,
what I care about is you ranting about it. I'm putting all my quarters.
I haven't done. You know what? That show has gotten to the point where it's not even worth. I can't even watch it because
but we already know that it's a roast at this point.
It's just
there's something to be said for a good roast.
I just have nothing more to say. I've said it all. I would just say the same thing.
No, you have to say more. I put in quarters.
I can't. I can't. I mean, is it cool that you get Sirach Lofton to come back to be a hologram? Sure.
What?
I like his costume.
Oh, that's so dumb.
You know, but yeah, they're talking about, well, his book was never published. His book was never published. His book was. Oh, wait, here's a copy of his book. Here you go. I mean, it's such a. And why does a hologram have to? Couldn't you just upload any information you want? Like even in the Matrix, if Keanu Reeves needed to know kung fu,
but we know it's not canon. I don't care about what they do. They can do anything they want. It's not canon.
It's just not creative. It's not good science fiction.
It's
It
like,
doesn't
look
make
at-
any sense.
Look at Star Trek Academy. Watching Star Trek Academy is like going into a public bathroom and reading what's on the stalls. It's okay. It doesn't mean anything.
The whole writers they're all sitting in stalls and they're writing each episode and talking to each other in the bathroom. Well, dude, I don't know if I can rant about it. I just don't have the energy. I look at it, it's so depressing to me. It's so depressing. This nightclub's been here for 800 years. Okay.
We still party like it's 1999.
Yeah, like I mean, if 1,000 years go by and humanity is still going into nightclubs that look like that, we've lost.
Yeah,
we've lost. We're out of here.
Yeah, I remind people 1,000 years ago the Crusades hadn't started yet.
Yeah, it's just I look. It's so it's so bad. It's so bad.
I know. All right, Krizik is up next. Krizik, you should be able to join us now.
By the way, the only way Victor Griggs can come on this discussion today is if he agrees to denounce the Patriots and embrace the Seahawks victory.
Well, we're about to find out after Krizik,
He had two choices and he made the wrong choice. I'm just saying.
Welcome,
I'm
Krizik.
welcome to me. Thank you. I'm about to break your heart, Rob. That's not going to happen. I talked to Victor. He said, hell no, no way in hell. You take it which way you want. No, I'm just joking. I didn't talk to him at all.
You should talk to him. Talk some sense into that man. I thought we were friends.
Hey, look, I'm out of this. I'm a Jets fan, so don't even get me in the middle.
I don't even know how anybody can even say the words "I'm a Jets fan." That's like being I love New York in the
Something else
60s.
other than Star Trek, dude. Look, you keep on going on about creativity. It takes a lot of creative writing. All right, hear me out. It takes a lot of creative writing
To be a Jets
to know
fan,
how-
totally.
to know how to swallow a comm badge in that timeline.
Oh my God.
I couldn't have done it in the 23rd century, dude. I would have choked. So it takes a lot of effort. That shows the tenacity and, quite honestly, the temerity of a Starfleet cadet. They are better than anyone that would serve in Gundam. They are better than anyone that would have been dispatched as part of the Gunbuster unit. They are better than all of those folks combined.
If I swallowed a comm badge in the Star Trek universe, the first thing I would do is go to a transporter, locate the comm badge inside my guts, and beam it out. I mean, everyone's got their own personal transporters. How hard can it be to lock into a comm badge and beam it right out of your guts?
It is such a silly, goofy thing. So, anyways, hopefully you're doing okay. I'm doing somewhat fine. I'm still waiting to find out more about the book. I got people asking about, hey, when do we start submitting? So I've been sort of patiently.
Oh, you mean my book?
Yes,
Our book? Yes,
the
I'm going
anthology.
to. That's another thing. I'm. That'll be shortly.
Okay.
Yes, I keep saying that, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah, no, that's right. Look, at this point, I keep on telling them, hey, it's like he's like R. Martin right now. The dragons are coming. Just stay patient. That's all I got. Oh, and then I have a PSA for you directly from my boss, because we had a meeting on Thursday-ish. He wanted me to tell you directly, stop worrying. Yes, GTA 6 is going to release this November. Stop asking questions about it. So that
We'll see.
He wanted me to tell you that. So
We'll see.
So and then of course, next thing, I'm trying to move through this fast. So if I'm doing that thing where you have to look at my headspace to follow along with the rhyme. So I saw this. I know it's a bit old compared to what we're talking about these days in pop culture, but I finally saw it. It kind of came and went. A lot of people didn't really discuss it very much.
No.
Surprisingly, I did not hate it. The writing, somehow he figured out the writing to write it as if it was like Hamburger Hill. I think that's why I liked it the most. I loved the dialogue between the boys.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. You know, I mean, I thought it was really well done, and now they're doing JT Molnir, who did Strange Darling, wrote and directed Strange Darling. He wrote Long Walk, and now they're doing Roy Lee and him are doing and Glenn Powell doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. So
as a movie.
By the way, did you try to get attached in any way to that type of thing?
No. You know, I don't. I have to say, I don't agree. I don't think it works.
Really?
They keep trying to make Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
I think that by definition, it's too unsavory to work.
Okay.
And Roy Lee even said to me, even used the word unsavory when I interviewed him. And because it doesn't have a fantasy element to it.
Right.
You know, it's about a crazy serial killer family that they kill and butcher and eat people.
Right.
And while we saw it could work as a parody in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2,
Yeah.
I still think that, I mean, maybe they'll be able to make it work. But even the Ed Gein series that they just did was really unsavory. And I mean, Leatherface, at the end of the day, I think and having watched it firsthand, you know, New Line thought they were going to be able to make this ongoing series out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. And having worked on that first movie, they had a huge problem with the ratings board. They had to cut back on the violence, and the content was hardcore. I mean, Dave Scow did not pull any punches with that script.
I'm certain.
And a lot of it was cut out.
Yeah. So
even
sadly,
language. One of my favorite lines of profanity or disgusting things that anybody ever said in movies was, I was really looking forward to that, and they had to cut it out of the film.
Well, maybe something, maybe in that other timeline that we've been shoved out, if they got that.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, because that's the one thing about this timeline that sucks, is how much shitty entertainment we're getting.
So speaking of not shitty entertainment, you and I have talked before about good female characters, how to write them, how to not have them be a monolith, especially nowadays when you have a lot of folks that, to your own word, and Chris has said the same thing about, a lot of folks these days only know how to write based off of derivative TV shows and not derivative novelizations. So I got this. I've mentioned this before. You know about it. I'm pretty sure 1001 Johnny and a few other Otacons in the chat know about this kind of stuff. So one thing that came up recently in studio was we were having a discussion with the writing team about what is a way to have a genuine, like, I want to have a story that is literally only meant for girls. So like shoujo, I think is it the manga specifically for women, which is actually what this was too, but boys ended up getting into it because she wrote it very well. Moto Hagio is the one that wrote They Were 11. So I was like, well, how about this?
It's all the girls on Epstein Island.
Yeah, how about
ouch, sorry.
Don't
sorry.
Focus. Okay, so Aim for the Ace by Sumika Yamamoto was the thing that I suggested. Now, why did I suggest that? Well, when she wrote it, again, it's being written with late 60s, early 70s. So she, just like Morio and Rumiko Takashi and a lot of other really strong female Japanese writers, weren't trying to pander. They weren't trying to be like, oh, well, we're a woman, we showed up, so that means we win by default. And I'm going to show you an example of how this plays out, at least in the OVA, where this is where the main coach shows up. He's taking over the girls' tennis team, and they were used to, there's no audio, they were used to just always being able to do their own kind of training by their own standards. And now they're stuck with him and having to learn, okay, well, he's not going to pull punches. He's going to train them just like he trains the guys.
Right.
Is why he has the guys, as you can see now, walk into frame, and they run the tennis ball pitch. Sorry, I know.
No, keep going. It's fine.
So what you're going to see here in the next couple of seconds here is they start running the actual pitch, and every single girl ends up, well, you'll see. They end up kind of giving it their best, and he wants them to give them their best, as you can see in this one line right here, because it matters. And he's trying to find the best. He doesn't care what their gender is. He doesn't care how good they are. They think they're good because they've never been getting challenged by their former trainer. And now every single one of them is going down hard. So that if I skip ahead a little bit, you'll see that some of them end up getting more like roughed up like this here, going down on the ground there, taking it right to the gut. Like she did not pull any punches when she wrote this. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that nowadays, I was talking with Hillary Lane, the writer. I don't know if you've read any of her stuff, but this is the kind of stuff that you won't see a lot of feminists doing because they don't want to show women taking an L, for lack of a better way of putting it. And it's sad because it's not about women versus spirit,
Yeah.
So
where'd you find this anime?
Oh, so I have the Laserdisc.
Oh, okay.
And, I transferred it over to my Plex. It came from the same collection from what I sent you for your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I can send it to you if you want.
I'd be curious to see it. It's from the
Absolutely.
60s?
It's from the late 70s.
Late 70s, yeah, because I was going to say the video camera looks...
Yeah, and you would have seen ads for it if you, because I know you're a Galactic Heroes fan. So a lot of the same production crew that worked on this worked on Galactic Heroes as well. Yeah.
Classic Galactic Heroes fan.
Absolutely.
Not the... I mean, the remake's okay. I guess they can call it.
But I wanted to share that with you. I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Well, I mean, now it's been, our whole culture is been... It's because now everything is so politicized and everything is identity politics. The idea of the human spirit is outmoded and outdated. So
great to see you, Krizik. We've got Victor coming up next. Now you're going to have to.
He's got a lot to atone for.
I'm
just saying.
Football with Victor here. So let me see, Victor. Are you able to join us? I just. Yep. Here we go.
Hey guys.
All right, you better denounce right now. You have a chance to make good.
First of all, I just have to say I love you and I respect you. You're an awesome writer, producer.
Don't butter me up.
And you have distribution on True Noir. First of all, congratulations. But we disagree on two things. One, I will be here for you. A shoulder to cry on when the Seahawks lose. I will send you a box of tissue. And number two, I thought the episode played of Academy, I know you hate it, but I thought they played homage to DS9. I thought they showed them respect, so I appreciated that. And I will send you a box of tissue when the Seahawks lose.
I'm calling your mom. I'm going to take your mom out, get her hammered, and I'm never going to bring her back. I'm just going to take her away from you. You not only, you doubled down. And by the way, mad respect, Victor. You doubled down. You didn't just talk about football, and you went right into Star Trek too. You just had to do the double whammy.
Yes,
I will not forget this, Victor. I will not forget this. You have set the bar high. And I don't, it's like in The Godfather. Maybe you will be struck by lightning or something. I don't know, Victor, but I appreciate, you know what? You didn't back down. You doubled down, and I respect that.
Yes, sir. That's what I do.
That's what you do. That's what your book says, after all.
We agree on this. I believe Iron Man, the first one, is the greatest opening of all time, of all the Avengers movies. Can we agree on that, Rob?
You mean Iron Man 1, the first MCU film? Yeah. It's pretty great.
With the Black Sabbath.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
I won't disagree with you there.
Yeah.
But I will never forget that you just talked about Starfleet Academy paying homage to Deep Space Nine. I mean, that's just beyond the pale, which I give you mad props for. You pushed it as far as it can go. So, yeah, well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you. And one day, we'll never know what will happen, but I hope to work with you on a movie one day. That's my dream. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll make you clean up after me or something. That's what you're going to get. You're going to work for it now. After I will. And I'm going to tell the entire crew what you said about Starfleet Academy and Deep Space Nine. I'm going to make sure everyone knows. That doesn't mean I won't pass out your book to all of them too, but that,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And I'm going to call your mom and still get her hammered and not take you out with us.
Hey, I know where you live, bro. I know where
you live.
Well,
okay. We're going to work this out between us, just so you know.
And I want to get together when we're both at the Star Trek convention this year.
Oh, I guarantee it, because I'm going to lock you in a storage closet somewhere and leave you there for the rest of the convention. No one's going to know. No one's gonna know. They're gonna find you. You know, you're gonna be dehydrated. You'll have missed the whole 60th anniversary Star Trek convention. I'm not going to shout you out from the stage because I recognize your voice in the darkness. You're going to get none of that from me. Not this time. Not this year, dude.
But we can agree. Project Hail Mary is gonna be awesome.
It is going to be awesome. It is. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I've set myself up, but I think it's going to be great. Everything I've seen, and we get the final trailer tomorrow.
That's gonna be awesome. I think as always happens, the book is gonna be better than the movie, though. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, because as much as I love the book, I think that the film could be one of those things that it could be. I'm hoping it's the Shawshank Redemption of science fiction movies, because I think the Shawshank Redemption is a terrific adaptation of Stephen King's novella, and I think Project Hail Mary. It's really going to be interesting to see how I'm curious about how much are they going to flash back and forth to Earth the way they do in the book. I mean, I'm really curious to see it. I can't wait.
Yeah, me either.
And are they going to keep the ending?
They better.
They better keep that, because I love that ending so much.
Yeah.
We shall see.
It's us. And Rob, I can't wait for the book to come out, the imagination connoisseurs. But I believe you should, along with that project, you should also come out with your own book, because you've been around the business. You know how it is. I think the book would be awesome. Of course, I can't wait for the imagination connoisseurs book. That's also going to be awesome.
Well, you're never getting one. I'm not making. What do you think, you're going to get one? Come on, man.
I'll pay you money.
No, I'm not. It doesn't matter. If you renounce the Patriots right now, you can have a. If you just say it, Victor, that you're rooting for the Seahawks tomorrow. You live in Washington State.
I know, but I've always been a Niner fan, and the Seahawks and Niners are rivals. I can't do it.
Come on, say it. You live in Washington State. Just say, I hope the Seahawks win tomorrow. That's all you have to do.
I can't do it.
Well, you're a man of great conviction, and I have to give it to you. I admire that. And since you won't say it, since I can't coerce you, and you're stuck to your guns, we can still be friends. Because I trust you, and you're a man of honor.
Always. I see you, Rob. I see you.
I see you too. Just like the Na'vi see one another.
Yeah. Much love to you, Rob, and everyone. Love y'all. And go Patriots.
Fuck you. How dare you, sir? But well done, Victor.
Well done.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Victor. Take care.
Tell your mom I'll see her later.
All right, let's go ahead. Actually, before I move on to the next person, Rob, we have three earlier
super chats.
$2 from Krizik, authentically late. I think we were running late at that time, and Krizik gave us $2 to our.
I was here. I was here early.
I was having some technical challenges. So let me
story of my life.
That we have screen is frozen. I think that's when I was trying to show my friend Brian's project. Yeah, sorry about that. I actually will try to. I took a screenshot, so maybe I'll try to share that before the end of the day today. But what's up? It's Dom, $2. Thank you so much. And K70 also gave $2 or £2, asking, do you do fan film reviews? I guess maybe if fans get to go on the channel to do reviews. Rob, what's your take on that?
You know, that's an interesting question. I would rather not review fan films, because I think that the very effort of making fan films, whether they're good or bad, is worth doing.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair. I think, you know, the first movie I made when I made Super 8 movies, when I was like 12, when I got my camera, my Minolta XL601, were Star Wars movies. You know, as soon as I had an intervalometer, so I could do single frame. And the first thing when you're a kid, you're like, I can do stop motion. you know, and you make your Star Wars figures walk around, and I would not want those efforts to have been judged. So I think that anybody who makes a fan film, and it's an inherently optimistic thing to make a movie. So I wouldn't want to judge fan films.
Yeah.
Although I watch them, and what some people are doing with AI, with the Star Wars movies that they're making is pretty extraordinary.
That's pretty insane. Yeah, I know.
They're doing some insane stuff, just insane stuff.
£5 from Richard Curtis 7905. I was curious about the thumbnail. Have you seen the new Wuthering Heights? I'm very much looking forward to checking it out next week.
I'm seeing it next week. I have not, you know, but I saw that Christian Harloff had seen it and did an out of theater review, but I didn't have time to watch his out of theater review. I mean, you know, I'll go see it. As I said, you know, you made me Heathcliff, and I was in the embrace of Margot Robbie. So what's not to love?
What's not to love about it?
I love that, like, Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie are like from the same place in Australia, and I saw them talking about doing, and she was like, when was the last time you could use your actual Australian accent?
Yeah.
And you know, he's got a lot of buzz around him, like potentially being the next James Bond.
I've heard about that. And
which would be, he'd be the second James Bond from Australia.
That's right, after Lazenby. And he's isn't he nominated for Frankenstein for supporting actor, I believe?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yes, he is. He was great. You know, he was great. He's tall and handsome. What's not to love? You know, I'm sure it'll be a fine Heathcliff. I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. Obviously, I loved. What was the name? Emma. You know, the movie. I keep saying Person of Interest. You know, the movie she made about. The first movie she made about the woman taking revenge against.
Young.
Yeah, why can I not ever remember? I love that movie. Promising Young Woman. Yeah, that movie is. I really think it's a very accomplished piece of work.
And she did Saltburn after that, I think.
Yeah, she did Saltburn, and I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah,
and I don't even care if it's style over substance. You know, if like her fellow Aussie, if she goes for Moulin Rouge or she goes for Romeo and Juliet, I'm in.
Yeah.
Because Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet is like the Blade Runner. I've said it. It's the Blade Runner of Shakespeare adaptation.
I know.
I love that movie.
I love it.
I do too.
Yeah.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir? It's so good. How the guns are the swords. It's so good. I love that movie so much.
At Southwest Lego Rob or SW Lego Rob 199. I respect your game, Rob. I think he's talking football, maybe.
Or just game.
Or just your game. You got
just
game.
Like the ladies respect my game.
And then K7, he comes back with another £5. Could you review mine? I guess he's got a fan film he would like for you to review.
Oh, well, I guess I could. I could, but the thing is, I don't want to say anything bad.
Maybe not public. Maybe you can give him some feedback.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy did send me, like I was telling you earlier today, a guy did send me, he made a documentary about trick ropers.
That's right. And
it's really good, you know, and I'm going to play the trailer if I do a Robservations tonight. Because like I was saying, I love documentaries that are really specific. Like that are like about subgenres or subcultures that I don't know anything about. Like I love jumping into that. Give me that subculture. Show me something I don't know.
And Jason Webster just dropped $2 Australian, saying, like me, Jacob Elordi is from Brisbane, Australia. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
I guess Brisbane is the hometown. Nice.
Brisbane. Don't say like that.
Thanks for the contribution there.
That's the Richard Dreyfuss pronunciation from Jaws.
Is it?
Brisbane.
Brisbane. That's right. It should be Brisbane.
Yeah.
All right. Robert Coleman is up next. Robert, you should be able to join us now. Welcome.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
We can.
Yes, sir, man. How's it going?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Good to hear. So I see your Seahawks are in, so I bet you're happy about that.
You know what? I was there 11 years ago for that last play. That was painful coming off.
Man,
Could have been 2 victories in a row, but man, ooh, that was rough.
Right. Well,
Rough.
maybe I'll get some redemption tomorrow. So
Perhaps, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So hey,
By the way, I
so-
should say that we're doing Let's Get Physical Media at the normal time because the game doesn't start until 3:30.
Oh, right. Speaking of physical media, have you heard anything about the potential release of the 4K Black Rain?
Dude. Why? Okay. With everybody rating the Paramount library with Vinegar Syndrome, with Kino Lorber, where is Black Rain?
I thought I heard it was going to could come out this year, but have you heard anything?
Right. I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
But I love that movie.
Me too.
I unapologetically love Black Rain.
Yeah.
And I don't care how ridiculous Michael Douglas's perm is in that movie. I don't care.
Right.
I love Black Rain. I love the Hans Zimmer score.
Yes.
I love there's one of my favorite lines, and I'm not going to get it right, even though it's a favorite line because I haven't seen it in a while. But I love when Kate Capshaw, when Michael Douglas is trying to understand how Sato is feuding with the Yakuza bosses, and he's looking around and goes, how many people in Japan know about this? And she's like, including you, 11 million. I love that movie. That movie's got so many great lines. Like when I love, the actor. I have a Black Rain action figure.
No.
Of the villain of Sato. Yeah, and so Metacom, that actor died of cancer. And he knew he had cancer when they were filming Black Rain.
Oh wow.
So Metacom is part of their real action, and it's a pretty great figure. He's got this really cool, like the leather overcoat that he's wearing.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I interviewed costume designer, was it Ellen Mirage? I think it was Ellen Mirajnik, I interviewed her for Designing Hollywood, and I said, I've wanted Michael Douglas's leather jacket from that movie. Like, what's the story? Did you make that leather jacket? No, I went downtown somewhere and found it off the rack. Bought it. I'm like, that's like the most 80s leather ever. I would love to own that jacket. I mean, if I was rich, if I had just ungodly amounts of disposable income, I would have people make me, like, I want Marilyn Vance keeps saying that I got to get measurements done because she created Michael Poiret's leather duster for Streets of Fire.
Oh,
and I'm like, I've wanted that forever. And when I told her that, she thought that was hilarious. And I'm like, because they don't like, and Ferris Bueller's two-tone, the kind of insignia white and gray leather jacket, that I want that jacket.
Yeah.
Like, I would just spend ridiculous amounts of money having people make me perfect. Like, if I could cosplay Ruben Flags, if I ever cosplay a comic character, I would have this outfit made out of police leather.
Look at that.
Like, it would I've looked into it. It costs like $4,000 to get the jacket, and we're talking leather pants. I mean, but you couldn't wear it at Comic-Con because I'd sweat, I'd lose weight. But I'm telling you.
Well, leather jackets are timeless, man. They are timeless.
I know, and that fares. But Michael Poiret's, the problem that I have living in LA is I loved jackets. I love ski jackets. I love leather jackets. I love. You can't wear them here,
right?
I was a big sweater guy. You can't wear them here.
Yeah. Well, hey, you still got that Snake Plissken leather jacket, right?
I do. Yes, and I still wear it. I keep that. That's like 25 years old.
Wow.
It's so funny because I keep bringing it out of mothballs every year, and people are like, oh, look. And I love that they call it the Snake Plissken jacket. When I bought it, I never even thought of that. I just thought it looked
It looks
cool.
just like it, though.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. So funny.
That's great. Well, hey, series, what did you think of Welcome to Derry? To me, that was my best series for 2025.
I really it was very surprising to me.
Yeah,
I thought it was really, really good. I will tell you now, though, the series that it's got to be The Beauty.
I got to check it out.
That last episode. I mean, the show is so ridiculous, but it's so it's so like, okay, I get the substance, but it's just
Right.
Ryan Murphy going. And I love, like, in the new episode, it just goes 3 years ago, and like they just do this long. They cast, well, you have to know what happens, but they cast Vincent D'Onofrio as Ashton Kutcher, and I'm just like, that's genius. That whole thing was genius. It was I love this show so much because it's totally insanely ridiculous, but I love it.
I'll have to check it out for sure.
It's nobody's watching it.
Yeah,
Except
Well, I'll
Major
watch
Chai watch it. Nobody's watching it, and it is. I like it because it knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It has no pretensions about itself.
Nice.
It's like
Nice. Well, speaking of series, I've never heard you talk about this series. I'm sure you have, but I wanted to get your thoughts on what did you think of The Expanse?
You know, I really liked The Expanse a lot, but I thought it dropped in quality as it went along.
Okay.
Like the last and the books, you know, I really wish that they continued on and done the last 3 books.
Right.
But I mean, I like The Expanse.
Okay.
But I thought that they got so caught up with the one revolutionary leader, and it kind of got away from. I mean, it's a really interesting show because the proto matter and the ancient civilizations kind of came and went.
Right.
And but I liked it. I mean, it's a smart show. I really love the cast.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I love the way they cast. You know, how the belters, the casting made sense because you have more blended ethnicities the further you got out into space, you know, because and I really liked that. I thought I really liked all the people they cast to play those roles. And Avzarella, I love her, you know.
Yeah.
And the characters are great. I mean, I really loved everything about it, you know.
Yeah.
But it did fall off for me a little bit in quality.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
But I liked it. I mean, it's all I really enjoyed it a lot.
And it's still miles ahead of any new Star Trek show.
Oh. I mean, Foundation.
Oh yeah.
I loved. I've seen the first 8 episodes out of 10 of For All Mankind season 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I can't wait. I think I know what they're going to do for the last, because there's two big storylines in this. One is the continuation of what's going on Mars, but then they've pushed. I'll just say they've pushed outward beyond Mars. That's part of another storyline, and it has ramifications.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see where it goes.
And go Kelly Baldwin.
Yeah,
you go Kelly.
Okay, well,
Kelly Baldwin is in the house.
Great to see you, Robert. Thank you for joining us
guys.
today.
All right, thank you.
Take care. All right, so we have. Let's remove that pin. Oh, what did I do? I removed the wrong person.
I don't know.
Sorry. Oh,
hey, shout out to Jen Lee, by the way.
Jen Lee.
Yeah, she's there.
All right.
I don't know if we'll see her.
Welcome, Jen.
But talk about somebody from somewhere else. Yeah.
We have Godzilla's podiatrist joining us next.
That's got to be a tough job.
It is a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Welcome.
Although that new trailer from Monarch.
That's right.
Yeah.
Come on. That's the stuff right there.
Yeah. Hey there, Rob.
How's it going, man?
Oh, good. And,
are you excited for the new season of Monarch?
Yes. Yes, I am.
It looks really good.
Yeah, no, the series has really outdone the MonsterVerse movies as far as I'm concerned.
I agree. I think the MonsterVerse movies, I do not like the direction they've. Look, do I like watching Godzilla fight King Kong on an aircraft carrier? Yes, but the rest of it is all just goofy.
Yeah. They talk about lacking verisimilitude. It's like, oh yes, we have a subway system straight through the core of the
from Florida to Hong Kong. I mean, come on, man. Although I will say this, they've got like some dimensional gateway. If they don't combine the Pacific Rim universe with the MonsterVerse, it's all Legendary controls it.
I thought you were holding out for the aliens from the Toho era.
Well, that's what the new movie's called, Supernova. So Godzilla. I mean, if they don't bring look, one of the greatest movie going experiences I've ever had in my life was going to see Godzilla Final Wars at the Chinese theater, and they brought over the stars from Japan, and they were in traditional like kimonos and stuff, and watching the audience go bananas, and all the Japanese cast are like, why are these crazy Americans screaming
at us?
I mean, it was so fun. But they brought the controller back, they kind of in Final Wars. But if they bring the aliens from Planet X back, because when I was a kid, I loved that movie. I still love that movie, but Godzilla versus the Astro Monster, or just Monster Zero, I love that movie. I mean, what's not to love? You have alien Japanese girls in black and silver. That's like my dream. Come on.
I think you have a well-versed palate, so I'm going to trust your judgment. So
yeah, palate is right. Delish. No, I mean, I love those. I love those. I love, and the controller was such a great villain. That image of the control. I just loved it. It was great. It was great. Do you have a favorite? Have I asked you this before?
No, and I am like I've said before, like I am not the best Godzilla fan. I'm not the most versed, but but loved the. I would, if I had to put three in order, I would say 2014, then for number 3, then the original. And top of the list is -0.
Oh, and now we're getting minus one. Yeah. I mean, that move -0 was fantastic. Well, because again, they leaned into the reality, and I like Shin Godzilla a lot too. The idea of Godzilla as a natural disaster, and you got to see Japan's version of FEMA and all that. I thought that was really cool. And then, in the High Sierra and the Millennium era, I mean, I really like Godzilla GMK, All Out Monsters Attack. I thought that was amazing. So, but I've been watching those movies since I was a kid, so I love.
Yeah, I've been tempted by that Criterion box set.
Oh, it's awesome. You got to get that. It's all the Showa movies, all the different versions of them. It's great. I wish they would do the rest. I wish they would put all the. I mean, they did put out Godzilla versus Biollante in 4K, which is great. So, yeah, and Shin Godzilla just came out from the Godzilla store. So we're slowly getting them.
Getting there. I mean, it's such an expansive.
Yeah.
Oh, like James Bond is the only other series that comes close.
And it is kind of, I mean, I hate to say it, but there are the joys of Godzilla movies have changed for me as I've gotten older. That's why Godzilla -0 was pretty great. Like, oh, this is a respectable movie. I don't have to like pretend I'm not watching. Because it's actually, and the effect, what's amazing? The effects in that, the effects team, seeing that sizzle video they made for the Academy Awards, watching them do, it was amazing. It was amazing. So
I'm trying to remember who they were up against for VFX that year.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
But
they killed it.
Oh my God! To do what they did on the budget they had, it's just like, you want to sit down and it's like, please teach a masterclass on just budgeting.
Oh, they were great, and the director, he directed the live action space battleship Yamato movie as well.
I have a download of that, so where I started to watch it and then got peeled off.
It's not great. However, I do love seeing it in live action.
Yeah.
I mean,
I went to Rhode Island Comic-Con in October, and I ran into one of the Marvel artists, and I'm not a huge Star Blazers fan. I liked it as a kid, but like the mythology, I'm just like all backwards on. But he had this gorgeous painting of the Yamato rising out of the ocean.
Yeah,
and I had to buy it. Like, I don't know where I'm going to hang this, but I was compelled to buy it. It's so cool.
You
It's so
should
beautiful.
you should watch the remake.
The-
22
oh,
or 21.99 and 2202 and 2205 and Rebel 31.99, which I haven't seen, but it's really good and it really works. The updates, they've really made it work for today's audiences.
Mhm.
It's very sophisticated. The writing is really, really great, and I
Yeah,
like what they did with the animation. I think it's really good.
Oh yeah, the animation from the 70s is groundbreaking, but doesn't quite stick it.
No.
It doesn't stand the test of time.
Yeah, it's tough, but the new stuff is really cool, and they retained most of the designs, the ship designs, and things like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's completely impractical, but just one of the most glorious spaceship designs ever.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, and yeah, as I'm watching my time tick down, I got to say, from Patriots Country, happy birthday.
oh man, well, you know, it's good. You're all going to be weeping tomorrow. You and Victor call each other and commiserate.
By the way, Godzilla -1 won against The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and Napoleon.
Wow,
So that's who Godzilla -1 beat out.
The
good for
Creator
them.
was
And
pretty
I'm
great.
sure the budget for their entire movie was less than the FX budget, at least for Guardians, Mission, and Napoleon. I think
Totally.
The Creator was
Yeah.
one of those movies that it too was able to get away with a lot with a much smaller budget. So
Yeah, yeah.
they're probably closer in comparison there. But yeah, but that's who they won against. That was 2023. So all right, well, great to see you, podiatrist.
Yep.
Always a
Next
pleasure.
time. All right, and now we have Stubble Neck Shave.
What's going on, dude?
Stubble, and I'm sure he's probably excited about the news of what Brian Sanderson is doing with Apple. We'll have to see. Welcome, Stubble.
Hi, Roberto.
What's up, dude?
Well, nothing special. I got this one.
Oh, look at that.
Ready?
Max Allen Collins' Return of the Maltese Falcon.
Yeah, it was good. I like the prose in it, and I like the story.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Then I got this one.
Oh, is that the new one?
That's the new one. 12 months. It's
Wow.
the first one that wasn't planned from the start.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's the new Jim Butcher novel. So he planned out his whole like 20 plus books.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And this one is because what happened in the last one, Battleground, was so hit him so hard, so he needed 12 months to recuperate before he could do the next story.
Of course.
That was planned. So yeah.
I'm getting my boy Joe Ledger's coming back next month.
Yeah.
And they're finally going to tell the story of the Deacon Church, Mr. Church. We're going to find out, is he an immortal vampire or not? I can't wait.
Yeah. But I like the naming, how he names his books. I think I mentioned it before, but
yeah,
the two words that are same number of letters, except for the is it the 12th one, Changes, which is like the midpoint of the series. So anyway, so I'm like 11 chapters in. I just got it the other day.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. Only book 2 is not good. The rest is variations from good to great.
Yeah, you told me to skip that.
Yeah. I think you don't need it because nothing carries over from that one read.
Right.
But so anyway, that's what I'm doing right now.
Have you watched anything? Have you seen anything interesting that you liked?
Not too much. I've been busy with work, a whole lot of work, but I watched something, but I missed all the series and stuff. I have to pick up on that when I.
Are you watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Soon.
Okay. I think you're gonna really like it. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, Chaisa wonders what the title was. It's 12 months. Right. So I was thinking, you know, AI. One thing I hate about the new thing about AI is, you know, you click on a YouTube video, it's a famous person, a famous economist, a famous politician or whatever. And then like 20 seconds in, you get, okay, that's an AI generated image of something that someone.
I hate it.
I hate that.
I do too.
Yeah.
I cannot stand that kind of stuff. I mean, to me, we're going to have to get through a whole period of, we're going to have to, humanity is going to have to relearn being ethical and principled and when it comes to AI, because I'm just tired of it all.
I mean, aren't there any rights issues when you have the likeness of someone saying something that they're not saying?
Oh yeah, but you know, if you're not making money on it and you're just making, I mean, if you're monetizing your YouTube channel, somebody could go after you, but you have to have somebody that's going to go after you to do that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see how humanity is going to survive the next 50 years.
Yeah. So Roberto mentioned, you know, the Apple deal.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I was wondering what you're thinking about it.
Well, I mean, look, it's really cool that he made a groundbreaking deal. It's kind of like, it reminded me of what Ryan Coogler did when he made Sinners. You know, he had a really, he made an amazing deal where the ownership of the negative reverts back to him. And it was groundbreaking in terms of the industry and how, I mean, not everybody could get it, but Ryan Coogler's coming off of $1 billion movie and a movie that almost made $1 billion. So when you've done that, you can wield that power. And I thought he wielded it really, really well. Now, Brandon Sanderson's deal, retaining him, and he has a creative control is an amazing deal, but he still has to make a show. So you still have to have great showrunners, and you have to have great writers, and you have to have somebody that your vision is simpatico with. So I hope it's going to be great. But if you've never worked and made television shows, I mean, maybe he got to watch how it all worked with how Wheel of Time either worked or didn't work in his mind. So hopefully that's probably why he was able to negotiate that deal. But Apple is the one place, you know, their genre fare has been great, whether it's Severance, For All Mankind, everything that they've done in the space. Silo is another great literary adaptation. They've done a really good job at maintaining, even shows I don't like Invasion. It's still handsomely mounted, and they certainly are not phoning it in. So I'm hoping that Apple really made a commitment to his storytelling, which I think is great. But now he's got to get great people to carry it out.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah. And if you're going to read some of his work before, I would suggest that you start with Mistborn. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, that's what I really want to do.
Yeah.
Just to find out about it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have anything more pre-planned really to talk about. I'm just hoping that it goes off great, his adaptation, and
I do too.
that. By the way, how what's happening with the short story thing?
Well, everyone's asking about that. You know, Krizik was asking about it, and I want to get it launched. The big problem for me is legal. You know, there's a lawyer that has to look at it, because you can't see, the thing is, if we publish these short stories, we have to make sure that everybody's chain of title is clear, so that people own their own short stories. I mean, we want to have we want to own them for 3 years, because if we're going to publish stories and somebody came back to us I want to maybe turn them into like a Twilight Zone and make them. If the shows are good, you know, I was working on back when we still had the Axonar Studios, and before the Duplass brothers did this, I was working on a show we developed called Do Not Disturb. And the idea was going to be that we were going to have one set. It was a hotel, and we'd have wild walls, and we would tell stories all set in a hotel room. but not the same hotel room. They would all be different hotel rooms. It's just, and we had stories that were written in the far future and stories that were written in the distant past. We had a Christmas episode, for instance. There was a vampire episode, but they were all set, and we were going to make it at the studio, but we got sued and we had to leave the studio. So I never did it, but I've got a great lookbook for it. Mike Bond made a hardcover lookbook that I'd really like to still maybe do, but I would love to do like an Imagination Connoisseurs show. And if the short stories are good enough,
and not possible to make with a financial responsibility.
Yeah, like I just one night I wrote a story. I've got to refine it. I haven't even gone back to look at it, but about a young boy who inadvertently brought his snowman to life. And it's not like the Michael Keaton Mr. Frost. The boy doesn't know he brought his snowman to life. And it's a horror story about the snowman who, he can't move. Yeah, and he's sitting there and he's sentient. And he has feelings, and all he can do is over the next 3 days feel the pain of melting. And no one knows it's alive. So it's a horror. I don't know if I'm going to use that story, but
yeah, that was great.
I just tossed it off one night.
Yeah. Just one quick question, then Roberto, then I will leave. But I was just wondering, what's the last really good book you read?
That I read?
Yeah.
I just finished reading. It's a book that Alvaro gave me, and why am I drawing a blank on the title? It's kind of a riff on Replay. It's a Robert. Is it Robert Silverberg? And I'm trying to draw a blank. I'm drawing a blank on the name of this book. I just finished it, and it's basically a story about a character that's moving through different timelines. He's figured out a way to go through, and he kind of goes through the 60s and 70s, and he gets involved in Hollywood. And then he gets involved with this group of people that are shaping history. They keep going back and forward through time and making changes to the timeline. The book was pretty good. I didn't love it. And why am I trying to blank? It's sitting in my bathroom right now on the table.
I won't make you pick it up.
No, I mean it's up in my bedroom. I'd go get, but I can't believe I don't remember the name of it.
I said I won't make you do that.
Oh, but I can see it in my mind's eye.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember I'm trying to remember the title of it.
Yeah, it was not.
It's like Rewrite. Is it called Rewrite? I think it's called. Hang on, I'm gonna look this up. But yeah, that's the last thing that I read, and then there's this book. I just got. This is the sequel. The first book in this series is called The Plot, and this is the sequel. So I'm going to read The Plot next.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what. This is not highbrow reading.
Yeah. By the way, I just remembered I'm going to see Deep Purple in October. Really looking forward to it.
Wow, I got to tell Dieter that. He'll love it.
Yeah.
You should come visit in Sweden.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably the last tour.
Yeah.
With the singer at least.
Yeah.
But I won't take more of your time now, so other people are waiting.
Good to see you, Stubble. All right. Let's see.
So Major Chai, who's waited patiently.
Yes, but before we do that, we have a few more super chats. First of all, K70, who was talking earlier about fan films, he says that his fan film is a CGI animated Star Trek Defiant set in the TOS era. It is a what if. So that's kind
I'll watch that. Sure.
I'm sure you'd be interested in watching that. Sure. And then we have Jason Webster, $5 Australian. Great time for Godzilla fans. Godzilla -0 in November. The second season of Monarch. We get a sequel to Shin Godzilla. Oh, happy days.
And Supernova. Whatever that's going to be about.
Right.
Fingers crossed we see the controller from Planet X. Or it's got to be about Space Godzilla, right?
Hey.
I want to see modern Space Godzilla. I'm in for that.
Richard Curtis 7905, £5. Just a minor flex, but I got my Excalibur 4K from Arrow today.
When I saw the transfer, I couldn't believe that guy who got the early. Now I don't have an order. I don't think I have an order. I did get an Arrow order. Oh, you know what? I ordered it from Barnes and Noble from their sale.
All right. Maybe it's coming at some point, Rob. You'll have to wait.
I cannot wait because that movie's always looked terrible on home video.
Yeah.
I can't. That new transfer is just chef's kiss. I could lick that screen. It looks
Jason
good.
Webster is following up on that too with $5 Australian, saying, very happy Arrow has released a 4K of John Boorman's Excalibur, one of my all-time favorite films.
My friend, filmmaker Brian Singer owns the Hero sword. He owns Excalibur.
Oh my gosh.
And he has a letter that John Boorman wrote him.
Wow.
Saying it's off because it was in John Boorman's house forever because Brian was going to remake Excalibur at one point.
Okay.
So,
and then Darth Plato celebrates 61 months as a member. Thank you for the long ongoing support there, Darth Plato.
That's a long time.
That is a long time.
61 months.
That's 5 years.
God damn, son.
All right, Major Chai Chai, patiently waiting. Here is the Major. Welcome, Major.
Thank you, Roberto.
What's up, kid?
I've been traveling. I was in Miami the last couple of days.
Really?
Yes.
You're like the world traveler.
Well, yeah, got to do that space business thing.
Right. And you got Artemis launching. Did you go to Kennedy Space Center or anything?
No, I didn't have time for that. So I was 48 hours essentially in Miami at a conference.
Wow.
So I was hoping like maybe they would do the launch while I was there.
Yeah.
That's always the hard part.
I hope they can do the launch at all.
Yeah. That's gonna be a hard part. So
yeah,
speaking of the moon, I sent you that simulated moon dust.
I know. I'm scared to open it.
You can open it, just don't do it like near anything, But that came from originally the University of Central Florida, and they became so good at making that stuff because everybody wants to have that soil. For those that don't know, I sent Rob a little packet of what's called simulated lunar dust or regolith, and it's used for all sorts of tests, to send the moon buggies or whatever. So other countries buy the stuff. They've been doing STEM outreach with it, where they send it to middle schools, and they use it to grow things with this simulated dirt. And so I thought, Rob,
it's great. It's really cool.
Yeah. So I had a T-shirt for you, just like Julian got the Saturn V T-shirt. I had a T-shirt for you, and I've got it here if you want to see it.
Yes.
Okay. So, I don't know. I can't.
Is that a Rolling Stones mouth?
Yes, but it's got the NASA.
Oh, I have to have that shirt.
And then
you have
says,
your blur
it says
on.
Night. Yeah, I have that. Oh wait.
It's blurring
because of the blur filter. Yeah.
So it says, it's got the Rolling Stones mouth with the NASA, and then it says 1969 moon tour.
Yeah, 69, bruh. That's
Yeah.
right. So I sent you Jen's email that I discovered that I'd never seen before. Jen, if you're listening,
she's in the chat.
Yeah, I see her, but I'd never seen that email before.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, there's a few emails I didn't see from her before that I felt rude, so I apologize for not answering them.
Yeah.
But I finally forwarded it to you. It's better late.
Yes.
I think it was from June or something.
Yeah. She was like, she wanted me to know about the trench so I could incorporate it into the dust. And I'm like, I've already completed them.
I'd never seen that article before.
Yeah, that was interesting. But because of the way I constructed some of the Death Stars, there is a seam that goes up, and it's hard to see if I do it right, that can count as that trench.
Yeah, but I never thought the trench was the center trench. you know, because it's yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it was
it's
still
not. It's not supposed to be. No.
Yeah. So
no, because that's a huge. It's
thing. Yeah,
huge.
No, 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 yeah.
because it's for bringing the ships in and out, right? Launching
Yeah.
ships.
Yeah.
So it'd be huge.
Huge.
So yeah, but it was interesting that they did that, and tied to that is I won my company's Star Wars trivia contest about a week ago. So
What
got
was the
me-
winning question?
Well, I was tied. Me and my partner were tied with another team, and the tiebreaker was the closest to what was the gross of Star Wars when it originally came out, and we did the Price is Right thing. Who came closest without going over? And so
When it first came out, its
when it
first run.
I don't know. It didn't say first run. And so we just, I think I put 377 million.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have said 350, 375.
And it was something like over 500 million. And I don't know if they counted the additional.
Yeah,
times
that's the thing. Not when it first got released.
Yeah.
That's cumulative since special editions and everything.
So yeah, I think I won by so it was a tiebreaker, and we won the tiebreaker, and it got me $25 in the company's product store, branding store, so I
There you go.
buy some socks with my company's name on it. But I do have, real quick before I think my time's getting close, is I have to tell you the story because I know Kubrick is your favorite director. So earlier this week, before I headed to Miami, I came home late, and my husband's watching one of those listicle videos, and it was the top 25 movies, space movies.
Right.
And I come in, and it's on number 3, which I think was Interstellar.
Yeah, I think I saw that video.
And so I'm like, and they're moving on to Star Wars, and I'm like, well, where's 2001 Space Odyssey? And my husband was like, oh, it's down towards the bottom.
Yeah, it's like 12 or something.
My son, who happened to come in the same time I did, blew up. He's like, what do you mean 2001 Space Odyssey? It should be in the top 3, if not the top 1. And my husband's trying to you don't understand. People today don't appreciate the storytelling or what it's about. And my son goes, I have ADHD and I love 2001.
you that's good parenting on your part.
Yeah,
what was number 1? I forget.
The Wrath of Khan.
Right, I saw that list. See,
And I'm like, I mean, I love Wrath of Khan. I don't know. Yeah, not having seen the other. I came in at number 3, so not having seen the other videos, I don't know.
Also, I mean, there's movies that are set in space and movies that are about space.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like
because Aniara has to be in my top 5. The Swedish.
So, okay, I have to put that on my list of movies to watch.
That movie, it gets to a point early on in the movie where you're going to be watching it, and you get to a point where something happens. You're like, oh no, because it deals with stellar mechanics, and you're like, they're all fucked, but they don't quite know it yet. And I was watching it with Elizabeth, and I was totally like, oh my God, like cringing.
Yeah.
She goes, what's wrong? You don't understand what's happening to these poor people.
Yeah.
But then it has a very poetic ending.
So real quick, hi to Wex Woofer. He was asking if I was going to be on today. So hi to him.
Woofer.
Wex Woofer.
Wex Woofer.
Great to see you, Major Chai Chai.
You too.
Always
Bye.
a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
And then somebody who wasn't here last time. You know her, you love her. I've been thinking about our Godfather conversation ever since we had it. Who is the Godfather in Godfather 3?
Hold on, Rob, because I was gonna
turn off the YouTube.
No, that Yash needs to leave, and so he was asking if he could come in next. Is it okay if we have Yash step in next to do his question?
Sure.
So let me go ahead and have Yash. I had told him we were going to queue him up next. Yash, you should be able to join us now, and then we can get back to the regular queue. Welcome, Yash.
What up,
Yo,
dude?
what's up, Robert? Yeah, sorry. I thought that was like a very disappointing way to be like, sure.
No, I'm sorry to meet it.
No, I'm just playing.
I was just talking about modesty. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, who are you waiting for to go next? You could have. I was just telling Roberta you can let her go. I could have waited for one more time.
Oh
but it
no,
doesn't
it's.
matter.
But if you have to go, no worries.
Yeah, I have to head out somewhere. My brother just flew in from Brooklyn to Toronto.
Oh,
So
nice.
he brought like 2 of his friends over, and they've never been.
Wow. So where are you gonna go?
Well, we're trying to go downtown, but right now Toronto's going through, it's like negative 18 degrees Celsius. It's like freezing.
Wow,
Like,
that's the best time to go downtown. Come on,
Well,
bundle
yeah,
up.
we
You're
spend
from
most of the time
Canada.
indoors. Yeah, I mean we can handle it, but then my central heater just kind of like busted the same day.
Oh,
So then it's like, oh my God, like it's just freezing. I have to buy a bunch of heaters, like heat warmers.
but when it's really freezing, that's like the best time to go like bar hopping.
Well, I think that's when they're going. I think that's a plan to go in the evening. We're gonna just go to like the CN Tower and show them around.
Oh, when it's colder.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the vodka in your system will just warm.
Yeah, that's the best. There's nothing better. I was in
Yeah.
Copenhagen and Denmark for the holidays back in 2012, and the first place we went to was a bar. It was great.
Yeah,
Denmark, Copenhagen in the holidays is like they have a amusement park there called Tivoli, which a lot of Walt Disney took a lot of inspiration from it for Disneyland. It's amazing. I'd love to go live in Denmark. I loved it there.
Yeah, I think my brother was in Denmark too. I have to double check with him. Well, he's flying in, so I think once he gets in, then we'll figure it out. But
nice.
Yeah, like just catching up. Like how you been? I think.
How have you been? How's the new year treating you?
It's been good. I just been all right. Like just kind of living through this cold Arctic storm and been watching some stuff. Been just busy with work. Kind of simple. But
have you read or seen anything you've liked recently?
I've been really digging Knights of the Seven Kingdom.
Yeah,
That's like the
it's
biggest
good.
highlight I've watched. And I kind of knew the story, and I was looking forward to it, but the trailers made it look like a very like comedic, like lighthearted take on like the Game of Thrones like material. But I just didn't really expect how much I was really going to enjoy the story and the performances.
Yeah, it's just really it's entertaining.
It's a very endearing show. I think it's
yes.
It kind of just makes me feel good when I'm watching it. Like
totally.
Every episode, like the humor, it's like it just uplifts me a bit, and I'm like, this is kind of what I've been needing. And I feel like at Warner Brothers, maybe there's some mandate with all the Trump stuff going on and the world being kind of so, kind of feeling like dark and dour, to like increase the optimism. And
well, it's so funny that they would use Game of Thrones, the Westeros universe, but it shows. I'll tell you, for me, it shows what you can do with an IP. The thing about, like, you think about Game of Thrones, we've only been watching all the scheming elites at the top, and now we're seeing more of the everyman. What is it like to live in Westeros? It's not life and death every single day for everybody. Not everyone's playing the Game of Thrones. So I really like seeing it used in a different way, where we see a whole different way of life.
And it's like the reason I brought up I think Superman was trying to do this last year with Warner Brothers. Even like all of their, like, this kind of has like a, I don't want to say Superman-ish take, but it's just like that optimism and that hope kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like even like the kid actor who plays the Aegon Targaryen, like Dexter or whatever, and the actual actor that plays Dunk, they're just so that relationship is so awesome to watch on screen. Like,
oh, it's great.
Anytime they're on screen and they're doing things and like they're drinking, like even as little, like they're like, I think in the third episode you see the kid just yelling and screaming and cheering on for the Knights. Like this is just spot on. Like just like it's very efficient storytelling, and
yeah,
I just love it. Like I've been the last episode, the way it ends too, just all the stuff like in the minute that feels too short.
Yeah, I haven't seen the last episode yet, and then there's one. The one I haven't seen the last two because the other one dropped last night. This week's dropped last night because of the Super Bowl.
I think I watched it like 2 times. I ran it like back to back. I'm like, this is too short. Like I need to watch it again. And like compared to like House of the Dragon, it's just a lot more optimistic. So yeah, I'm just really digging that show right now. And yeah, I saw Send Help. Send Help was really good.
Send Help was good. I liked it a lot.
Like Sam Raimi, like really going in. And I saw The Housemaid recently too, and I kind of dug that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, just kind of like a little genre fair to start off the new year has been pretty fun. And I'm hearing Wuthering Heights is really good too, so I'm kind of really looking forward to watch that.
Yeah, I'm going next week to see that in Crime 101, and then we've got Cold Storage, which is another genre film a B movie that I'm looking forward to seeing. That opens next week.
Like
and
who wrote it? David Koepp wrote it, right? So
did he write Cold Storage?
He wrote Cold Storage, yeah, and he did I think if I'm not mistaken, did Black Bag last year with Soderbergh. And he's going to be writing Disclosure Day for Spielberg.
Yeah, he wrote that. Yeah.
So like,
I don't know. I'm curious. We saw the trailer for that last night. I'm curious. I know nothing about Disclosure Day, and I'm not sold on it yet.
I'm not either. I'm post 2002 Spielberg has been very hit and miss to me. So like, I mean, I'm really hoping for the best, but it has a digital sort of like generic sort of Spielberg look where it's like even the whole like premise is kind of like do I really want to like I was expecting for something to be more along the lines of like what's the one that he did with Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh yeah,
like I kind of wanted that epic sort of like hazy scope, and it kind of just feels a little too digital and a little too Ready Player One for me, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. I mean, I'm hoping the movie was made under this really weird shroud of secrecy to the point where, and I'm hoping that it was because they didn't want certain things to get out. You know, I would love to believe that there's the theory running around that it's the actual precursor to real disclosure, that the movie is supposed to like soften everybody up. Because, I want to believe. I want to say I'm Fox Mulder, man. I want the aliens to show up. If the black rain comes, I will open up my umbrella and I will wait to see what the new world order looks like. I can't wait. Bring it on.
Well, great to see you, Yash. And,
bring on the aliens.
Have fun with your brother there.
Yeah.
So Rob, I think it's going to be more like Ariana. There's just not going to be, or Anaria. There's not going to be anything. It's just going to be us floating through space, meandering with nothing.
I know. You
can only dream, but distances are just being what it is. So
yeah, well, that's the real problem.
That's
when you start. Problem. It's a problem.
So
unless we have wormholes,
for all intents and purposes, we're basically living in empty space. So
yeah, which sucks. Although if you watch Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he has the conversation with the woman that talks about how if you assume that the Earth's oceans are our galaxy,
mm-hmm.
and if you were to take a glass of like this glass and you were to take it into the ocean and fill it up with ocean water,
yeah,
would you? Because she says we basically looked at a glass full of ocean water that's this big.
Yeah.
If you just had a glass of water, would you know that your ocean was teeming with life?
Sure. No, I'm not doubting that there isn't any life. It's just whether or not we'll ever be close enough in any meaningful way.
Yeah, we're just gonna find out there's like some microbe on Enceladus that's alive or something, and be like, "Yay! Come on, man! I want to see. I want to be conquered." I mean, if I want to live long,
you want to be the person in the 3-body problem who sends the message saying, "Come on, come and get us."
I don't want some like nano swarm of to fly in my ear when I'm sleeping. The AIs decide to get rid of us. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, that's because they'll figure out a way to get rid of us silently and quietly. When the apocalypse happens. I don't want that. I want to see giant spaceships. I want to see cities in flames. If I'm going to go out and be taken out. I'm going to die anyway.
Yeah.
So I've got what, 40 years or 20 years left, maybe, if I'm good. 20 years. Or 22 years if I die at 80. You know, so I want to. I don't mind. You know, if human civilization we haven't programmed and the aliens come, I'll even be enslaved. Put me up. Put me in, coach. I want to see what alien technologies. When I was a kid, I read John Christopher's The Tripods trilogy, you know, the White Mountains, the city. And like when they were enslaving human beings and they were putting them inside the alien city before they were going to terraform the planet, I'm like, I want to do that. Why can't I go be a slave to the alien creature tripod things? I would do that. That would just be the best. I mean, imagine you could like pilfer their technology a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe you become, you know, they're here to serve you and you become their meal, their appetizer. They're here to serve.
Well, then, yeah, I just then I could eat and drink as much as I want. I'd be like, look, you let me eat and drink as much as I want. I'll just get fattened up. Then you can eat later. But I would be one of those people like in To Serve Man where I'd like to go to the home world first.
Right, right.
I'll be like, you know, Lloyd Bachner in that episode.
We have a couple more comments to highlight here. What's Up? It's Dom has been a member for 55 months. These are some longtime members here. So great to have you around and count with your support. We have Jason Webster. Rob, this is a 5 Australian. Rob, do you feel now is the perfect time for fantasy films to make a big comeback at the box office?
Well, I mean, it depends. You know, I when you say fantasy films, I would assume you're talking about like medieval fantasy films, Lord of the Rings.
Right. That's
I mean,
what I'm
it's
assuming.
I think that the problem, like one of the things that I loved about Game of Thrones, for instance, is you have a lot of real politic happening. You know, it's based on the War of the Roses and what George R.R. Martin was. It felt real. Like in a way, you could believe that what was going on in Game of Thrones, sans dragons or whatever, because it was about politics. You know, it was about classical machinations of royalty and stuff. And I think people dig that. But if you go into the more fantasy of it,
kind of stuff,
because I was never a big fantasy fan growing up. I love Lord of the Rings, but the further you got away from, I liked stuff connected to the real world. That's why I was more interested in horror and science fiction than I was.
Yeah, I mean,
fantasy.
The Dungeons and Dragons movie didn't do very well. I guess Harry Potter kind of is a little bit in the fantasy genre, so I guess yeah.
I mean, it really it depends how it's done. And you know, up until we had the technology, there weren't a lot of great fantasy films made. I mean, they were all kind of the hero's journey, and they were all basically ripping off Tolkien anyway.
Yeah. I think for many years, Willow was kind of the
and that was just. I mean, Willow was he was a hobbit.
Yeah,
you know, and there's been some great. You know, I would love to see somebody take a crack at Thomas Covenant, the Unbeliever. You know, the Chronicles. I always thought that would get made. I'm surprised no one's ever gone after that. Like White Gold Wielder and Lord Foul's Bane and all that stuff, which I thought was good.
Yeah.
You know, and they're doing Narnia.
The thing is for streaming, there's things like what Sanderson's doing with Apple. There's going to be an Amazon series based on some Dragon series also that's happening. So maybe it's just shifted to more of the episodic model as well. So
yeah, I mean, it really depends because a lot of these stories, the fantasy stories, are dealing with politics and things that are or the hero's journey, and we'll see. I mean, I enjoy it when it's done well. Like I was so in on Game of Thrones.
Right.
I loved Game of Thrones, and then as you went on, I like up to season 6, but then season 7 and 8 were
right.
They weren't awful. Well, I guess they were just totally.
They're just so truncated too, so you could tell they were in a hurry to wrap things up.
Well, you know, and I was waiting for like the Night King. Like, what did he want?
I know.
You never got to know. I mean, I wanted to have some interesting existential revelation about the Night King.
Yeah,
and it was so lame. Like, it just was. That was it.
Yeah. Jason Webster follows up saying, "I am developing my own original story within the fantasy genre. Who knows, Rob, it may appeal to you for a film adaptation."
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Rob would be interested in taking a look. So thank you so much for the support. Jason Webster continues to support here.
It's hard to do fantasy for not a big budget.
Yeah.
Although I think Night of the Seven Kingdoms is a great shot. You know, you hear you've got Westeros, you've got the pre-built mythology, and they've got beautiful locations and things, but that it's not hugely expensive, which is good.
And Richard Curtis says, I don't think Wrath of Khan is the best Star Trek movie, let alone space movie. Yeah, I'm surprised that that's what got voted as the best space movie. But,
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, and then we are at the 2-hour mark, Rob, which is usually when we transition. If you don't mind, I wanted to try to see if I could share the screen one more time for my
yes, do it. Share one more time.
What I did was let me see if it will let me do it this way. If it's better to share it this way. Hold on. Let me see. Can you see that on? I think people can see this now. I'm posting an image of the Kickstarter page, and then what I'm going to do, rather than try to transmit the website, is I will go ahead and put the link on the stream. But yeah, if folks don't mind taking a moment to support my friend and his sorry about that. My friend's Kickstarter, Ashen Oath action figures. They are, like I said earlier, it is a grimdark type fantasy universe that my friend Brian Burke is developing. He is a longtime toy customizer, sculptor, and toy maker. And he will be releasing his first wave of action figures later in the spring. Right now, it's in the pre-launch stage. And so what we're trying to do is have folks click on that notify me at launch button that you see there. It just takes a moment, and if you just go to the Kickstarter page and support that, that would be awesome. Brian is a good friend, fellow Portlander, and his art is really unique, kind of a combination of medieval grimdark with H.R. Giger type of stuff. So if folks are interested, please support it. And even if you're not interested, just by saying clicking on the notify me on launch, it will help get it in the eyes of people who might be interested in this. So thank you so much for indulging me there with a little bit of showing that off. And then since we're going to be signing off here, any announcements for the rest of the community here before we say goodbye to our friends on YouTube?
Just that True Noir drops February 17th everywhere. It should be on Audible. I saw a Japanese Google listing for it. Skyboat Media truly is putting out all around the world. So I'm really looking forward to how people in the mainstream respond to it. It's fantastic.
Pretty cool.
So that's February 17th, a week from Tuesday.
Awesome. All right. Well, to our friends on YouTube, we will say goodbye. But to our friends in the chat will continue there. But we're just going to cut the stream here at this point. Again, thank you so much, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take care, Rob. Take care, everyone.
Yeah.